In every corner of the world, there exist places that are believed to be the home of the dead. Surprisingly, the stunning landscapes of the UK find themselves among such locations for mysterious and unsettling reasons. If you live in the UK, you probably have heard of the few most haunted places in there, from towers to castles. These places have many paranormal activities due to the dark history behind them. Curious to learn more about the top 10 most haunted places in the UK and the historical events that have given rise to the enduring paranormal activities witnessed to this day? Before we begin, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more scary videos every week. With that being said, grab your cup of coffee as we will spill every detail about these places. Let's get started. Tower of London. The Ghost Tower in London tops our list of UK haunted places for a good reason. The tower is considered the most haunted place in Britain, with 13 ghosts roaming around. Sounds like a place you wouldn't want to step your foot in, right? Well, let's find out what happened to these poor souls. The dark historical events in this famous building are marked by executions, political intrigue, and royal drama. Yes, you read that right, drama and politics did not start yesterday. Among the 13 ghosts includes the most famous, Anne Boleyn, the second wife of Henry VIII, who was beheaded in 1563. People who have sighted her say that she roams in her headless figure. The ghosts of other executed individuals include Lady Jane Grey and Anne's brother, George Boleyn. Manningtree, Essex. Manningtree is also another UK haunted place with its dark history reaching back to the era of the Salem witch trials. General Matthew Hopkins, the infamous witch finder, lived in this village and was ruthless to many. He relentlessly accused and persecuted innocent women in the name of eradicating witchcraft. In the 17th century, Hopkins orchestrated merciless trials, extracting confessions through brutal means and leading to the execution of many innocent women. If you would like to spot this infamous witch finder, visit Manningtree on Halloween and sit by the pond. This is where he did most of his doing, and people spotted him there. Just make sure you have a protective charm with you.
Hopkins would employ all kinds of methods of torture to extract a confession, and his favourite method for disposing of them, particularly in this region, was death by drowning. Water was always regarded as being holy. If they drowned, they were innocent, but if they survived and floated to the surface, then they were guilty and taken away for further torture.
Pendle Hill, Lancashire. Pendle Hill is famously known as the home to 12 witches accused of murdering 10 people during the witch trials, making it the most haunted place in the UK. Among these 12 witches, 10 were executed by hanging, 1 was found innocent, and the other died in prison. To date, the Pendle Hill witches are said to haunt villagers and buildings in revenge for their executions. Paranormal enthusiasts claim to have experienced the feeling of anger while on these grounds. Although this place is the most famous and well-documented set of witch trials, the locals do not say a word about these events for obvious reasons. The strange ongoing and the shadow figures are enough to keep their mouths shut, but this does not stop people from visiting the place. During Halloween, countless people make their way up the hill in the hope of seeing the 10 witches roaming around. If this sounds like an adventure you would like to experience, take a Pendle Hill Witch tour to learn more about where the trials, imprisonment, and execution took place.
Done in 1612, the Colne to Trawden Road, beneath the shadow of Pendle Hill.
So, Alison Devise and John Law met on this road. Can you tell me exactly what happened there?
She had a confrontation with John Law, the Halifax peddler. She begged some pins off him. He refused to take his pack off because he knew she had no money. She begged again, just a few pins, sir. All of a sudden, this huge black dog came from nowhere. The dog sat next to Alison, and the dog talked. "What wouldst thou want me to do to him? I can lame him." "Lame him," she screamed. Law felt this terrible pain on his left side and collapsed in agony on the pathway between Colne and Trawden.
Okay, so it appears that John Law had been cursed, but what really happened, do you think?
It's very likely he had a stroke, but in those days it would be classed as witchcraft.
So what happened to John Law after this?
He was taken to an old alehouse. He was in a terrible state for a good 3 days. When his voice returned, he screamed out that he'd been cursed by this young girl in the forest of Pendle with a dog, and asked letters to be sent home to his family in Halifax, which they were. His eldest son, Abraham, made his way to Cone and saw his father in this twisted and contorted state. "Father, what's happened to you?" "I've been cursed, lad. Go into the woods, find this young girl called Alison Devise. She's cursed me. Find her, bring her here, reverse the curse."
Aston Hall, West Midlands. A first glance at Aston Hall will mesmerize you due to its architectural beauty, but it's among the most haunted places in England. Inside these historical mansions are ghostly figures, unexplained noises, and strange occurrences. One of the few ghosts inside is the first tenant, known as Sir Thomas Holt, who murdered his cook and locked away his daughter for 16 years until her death. Holt's houseboy and a grey lady are also believed to be the residents who also roam the halls. If you dare to visit this mansion, watch out for royalist soldiers, too. They died protecting the residents when the house was under siege. Barry Pomeroy Castle, Devon. Barry Pomeroy is yet another beautiful castle that holds dreaded memories inside it. The castle's haunted reputation is primarily associated with apparitions of the White Lady and the Blue Lady. The White Lady is believed to be Lady Margaret Pomeroy, who, after being starved to death in the castle's dungeons, still remains wandering in the ruins. The Blue Lady's identity remains unknown, but there are also two other ghosts believed to be Pomeroy brothers. These two jumped off the castle, fleeing from their enemies. Some visitors claim to hear distant screams and chaos, while others report having bruises and scratches on their skins after leaving the castle. Cluckley, Kent. Cluckley Village, Kent, is not only the most haunted place in England but also in the Guinness Book of World Records in 1989. As a result, this picturesque village has been used to film some TV shows, including Darling Buds of May. Wondering how many ghosts you will encounter if you decide to give this spot a visit? Well, you can expect 12 to 16 ghosts, including a red lady who supposedly haunts the local churchyard, a highwayman you appear at a fright corner, a schoolmaster found hanged, a screaming man, an old woman smoking on a bridge, and the list goes on.
In 1985, Cluckley was regarded as being England's most haunted village on account of the Guinness Book of Records. Now, 12 official ghosts is quite a number of people.
My name's Sarah. I'm the landlady of the Black Horse. I've been here for almost 3 years now. Grew up in the village and used to go to the primary school opposite. And somehow I've winded up back around in a full circle here again.
And you're living in a reputedly haunted village.
Yes, so it seems.
And prior to taking over here, have you had many experiences of ghosts in Cluckley, or more of the legends perhaps?
No, I have had strange experiences. When I was very young, about 14, 15, I was walking back from a friend's house down Lambton Road, onto Station Road, and it was probably about 2 in the morning, and I was completely on my own, and I swear it was reasonably misty. I just heard this horse, it sounded like 2 horses galloping quite fast down the road, and I just thought, oh, that's strange, maybe sort of the travellers are out and about on their horse and carts, because they've got some beautiful ones in the village that they go round on. And I wasn't too scared at first, but then as the sound seemed to pass us by and the noise reverberated, you could feel the echo of it through your body. There was nothing there, I didn't see a thing, but the sound come like ridiculously close and then went away down Station Road.
You could feel it, but you couldn't see it.
Completely, and even talking about it, you see a little goosebumpy.
Borley Rectory, Essex. Built in the late 19th century, Borley Rectory became one of the most haunted places in the UK after a fire incident in 1939. The Borley incident caught the nation's attention after a series of locals reported to have seen paranormal activities, and the country's famous paranormal investigators, Harry Price and Daily Mirror, were put in charge. The first proof that there was indeed paranormal activity in the place was the footsteps heard at night. There were also stories of a nun, a carriage, servants ringing the bells, and 2 headless horsemen. Sadly, the rectory was eventually demolished, but there are residues of the spirits. Woodchester Mansion, Gloucestershire. Woodchester Mansion, nestled amidst the serene Gloucestershire countryside, is an incomplete building that holds ghost entities inside it. You may wonder why the mansion was left incomplete, right? Well, the owner, George Huntley, went bankrupt in the process of construction. The homeless ghosts must have been happy and sought refuge in this mansion. Several ghost sightings have been reported, from the strange apparition at the mansion's gates to the phantom horseman on the mansion's drive. If you would like to visit the mansion, be cautious, as visitors have previously been attacked by the ghostly entities inside there. Also, don't forget to look out for the floating head in one of the bathrooms. For the ladies, watch out for the old woman who enjoys terrorizing females by grabbing them in the dark. Skirrid Mountain Inn, Monmouthshire. Imagine having a ghost sighting while drinking your favorite beer. You will probably sober up and leave the bar at once, right? Well, in Skirrid Mountain Inn, you don't just imagine it, you see the reality. The bar is one of the most haunted places in the UK. So, why does a bar have ghosts roaming around? You probably think that someone got them poisoned or something close to that. Surprisingly, this is not what actually happened. The Skirrid Mountain was once a court of law, and countless individuals were sentenced to death. Those who like having a beer in this bar claim to hear distant voices, loud footsteps, and slamming doors. Chillingham Castle, Northumberland. Our list of 10 most haunted places in England wouldn't be complete without Chillingham Castle. Many chilling stories have been told about this place. The castle was built as a stronghold that helped locals see enemies approaching the border of Northumberland. The Chillingham Castle is said to have a mixture of friendly ghosts and tortured spirits, with the most famous one being the White Pantry Ghost, who appears in the inner pantry begging for water. If you would like to visit this haunted castle, there are regular ghost tours during the day and at night, and visitors have claimed to have experienced paranormal activities during these tours. Wrapping up, these are the 10 most haunted places in the UK. If you would like to have a thrilling experience, whether you believe in ghosts or not, visiting these places can make that happen. However, for a more adrenaline rush experience, visit during Halloween, as ghosts are believed to be seen on a full moon. We would love to hear your thoughts on the video. Did you enjoy it? Are you brave enough to visit one of these places? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more creepy content.